Oh, that's nice. Oh, that's real nice. You got you a nice camera, huh? I really like that. That's pretty cool. Who taught you how to do that? Oh, oh, that's nice. What is up, everybody? Welcome back to another episode of Church Media Hacks. And if you don't know what Church Media Hacks is, it is a moment where we take some time to help people maximize their social media presence for their churches. So whether it be your church's Instagram, your church's website, your church's Twitter accounts, we want to make sure that we are maximizing our potential so that we can reach as many souls as possible. One thing about marketing that you always want to know is that when you're creating something and you're putting it out to the public, the value of it is what sells it. And the opportunity for people to engage with it is what gets people to convert. But we have the most valuable thing in the world, which is the Word of God and the relationship with God and the gospel of Jesus Christ. So we want to make sure that as many people as we can touch can get a chance to get involved in a relationship with God, because that's what we're all here for. So with that being said, today we're going to focus on Instagram carousels and how to make those as dynamic as possible. And what I mean by dynamic is as engaging as possible. And what I mean by engaging is for Instagram, if you want to get likes, comments, shares, saves, all these types of things, you have to have dynamic comment. You have to have dynamic content. And when you have dynamic content, Instagram will notice this and they will help push your content so that as many people can see it as possible. So this helps if you have an account that is not private. If you have a private account, it is a hard limit on the amount of people that can see your photos. But if you have a public account, as many people can see it as possible, and you want to kind of stretch out so all these people can reach it. So with an Instagram carousel it is when you post multiple photos at the same time. So the standard way to post a photo on Instagram is to take one photo and you press post and then boom, it's up there. So when you create a carousel, you can select as many photos as you would like and you can have these posted. And then when you get a seamless transition with these is you're having photos that are connected in there. As you swipe, it's creating a more dynamic experience for the person that is viewing it on their phone. So with that being said, we're going to hop into Adobe Photoshop and I'm going to break this down so you guys can figure out how to do it. Once you get inside of Adobe Photoshop, you're going to go and collect a new file. And as you can see right here, I've already have my artboard set up. And we're going to rename this artboard IG10 so we know that it is created for 10 photos. And the reason we know that it's created for 10 photos is because our width is going to be the distance that we start our artboard with, basically. And a traditional standard for 4x5 would be 1200 over 1500, and this is 12,000 over 1500. So that's 1200 multiplied by 10. And for any type of photo you want to do, if you want to do 6 photos, you do 1200 times 6, and I can't do the math right now, but I think that is 7,200. But don't quote me on that because I'm insecure because I'm on camera and I get nervous. But anyways, we're going to create our new board. So boom. So the first thing I like to do is go to view, and then I'll scroll all the way down and click on new guide layout. And then the amount of columns is the amount of photos that you like to do. And we're going to select 10. You can do 5. You can do whatever. But if you created your artboard to be 12,000, you want to make sure that the number that you multiply your 1200 is the number that is represented in the columns. So boom, we got our columns set up. And the first thing I like to do is to open up my folder. I'm going to go to the ALYD folder because that is the event that I'm about to storyboard. And we'll start with Friday PM. And then I'm just going to create some some photo that really draws people's attention towards the beginning. So we're going to grab this photo from Move the Mission. We're going to kind of drag it onto our playing board. And then we'll kind of drop it right there. And then I'm going to grab a photo of the speaker, which is going to actually help. That's really going to be the dynamic shot that is drawing people's attention as our main shot. This photo of the guitar player, amazing. These two right here, man, the band was smacking, guys. Big time. Shout out to Alabama Youth Worship or Alabama Worship Team. I'm not sure if the Alabama Youth Worship did this. Anyways, we found our photo. So after we find our photo, we're going to grab it and then you want to kind of move it over into here. That's going to be our first photo. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to take that selection and I'm going to drop it down to 45. And boom, same thing right here. So now we have a photo that is properly placed. And you're going to press the Z tool if you want to zoom in. And then we're just going to zoom in. So boom, this is what our first photo looks like. But I don't like it. I don't like it. It's not dynamic enough for me. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to click on the layer that has our initial photo on it, and I'm going to go to filter, and I'm going to blur, and I'm going to blur more. So let's just, oh snap, that was crazy. Cool. That was a lot of blur. I did not mean to get that crazy, but go to filter and then cool. Now we got a filter blur on our first layer, and then I'm going to take the layer of our speaker, who is Myron Wyman, and we're going to go to layer, and then we'll go to layer style, and then we're going to go into bevel emboss, and that's going to create it, kind of pull it off of the background. And then another way to add a little bit more depth to that first photo is you're going to add a drop shadow in there, and you kind of add the drop shadow and then adjust it as you would like. I think I like the way this is. I'm gonna reduce my spread a little bit. I like that. Let's give it some boom. So now this is our first photo, and then what I'm going to do is I'm going to go back into my gallery where I have all my photos. I'm going to take another photo and I'm going to just drop it in there. And one of the things that I like to do, oh, sis is getting her breakthrough. What I like to do is I like to put photos on the edge so that it shows that there's something more to be received if you keep scrolling through. And yeah, that's pretty much the way I work, and I keep dragging photos in there. My landscape photos are the photos that I do to drag people into another portion of the image, and I always want to make sure that you have it as boom. So we got that. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to finish up working on this, and then we're going to catch back up. All right, guys, so I finished up working on my Photoshop document, my artboard, and I kind of made a little modifications from the last time we saw it. So let's kind of scroll through here. So I kind of adjusted a little bit. We did the Move the Mission rally on the first night, and then we had amazing worship, and a lot of people got breakthroughs, and a lot of people received a touch from God, which is very important. And then you just see this kind of progression. And then on this last one, I'm leaving it open because I'm going to add a video into that spot. Stay tuned if you want to figure out how to do that. We'll talk about that at the end. So after we get all of our photos in and everything is selected, we already got our guides. We're going to go into the crop tool, and then you'll go to crop tool, and then you'll select the slice tool, and you'll go to the top and you'll do slices from guides. And then what that does is that creates 10 different images. And the way you know that you've done this correctly is that you'll see 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10 on your artboard, and every image is proportioned correctly. So then we're going to zoom out of that. This is our full artboard, and it's going to export each of these images, each of these sections as their own image. So we'll go to File, Export, Save for Web, and then you'll save it. Press save, and then you'll save it however you need to save it. We're going to name it Box Breaker because that was the name of his message on the first night. And you'll press save. Boom. And then after you get it saved, you can airdrop it to your phone if you have a Macintosh. I don't have one of those. I have a regular Windows computer. So what I do is I can transfer these to my phone via USB drive, or what I like to do is upload everything to Google Drive. So I'm going to download these images, and I'm going to show you how to upload them to your account. All right, guys, so here we are inside of my account. This is my Instagram account. You can follow me on Instagram. Shameless plug. You see the post is there. So you're going to press the plus icon at the top. You're going to make a post. So the first thing you want to do is to grab the first image in your section, and you'll kind of go and press this button right here, which shows that you want to do multiple photos, and you kind of make sure you got them in order. Because if you don't have them in order, like I just did, if you don't have them in order, your seamless transition will not be as seamless as you expect. Then you go to next, and then you can get a preview right here how everything is properly placed. And I added that video in, like I said. And then boom, and then you'll select next, and then you'll press share, and that's how you'll do your post. All right, guys, so we are jumping into Adobe Premiere Pro so I can show you guys how to add in the video that I did on top of our artboard. So what I'm going to do is we shall let it load first, and I'll show you what I'm going to do. Start a new project. I'm going to name this Artboard IG, so I know exactly what this program is. going to select the images that you want to do. Go back to my desktop because that's where these photos are, and it should say images. All right, and then after you get your images, you're going to select the ones that you want to do, and boom, we'll just grab that. So we'll put that on our timeline. So now we see what it looks like on our timeline. Then what I'm going to do is I'm going to grab another image. Well, I'm going to grab a video of worship or something. Perfect. So we grab this video of the speaker. I'm going to drop this on top of that video. So voila. Cool. Yeah. Maybe if I had a Macintosh, my computer would be faster. JK, I'm upgrading my RAM and my things later. So I'm going to drag out my bottom layer to match the top layer. And then boom. And then one more thing I'm going to do is I'm going to go into the effects tab. I'm going to type in crop. And I'm going to take crop and I'm going to apply it to my top layer. And I'm going to go into my effects controls. And then where it says crop, I'm going to adjust it a little bit. So I'll do 10 on both sides. So the left, 10%, the right, 10%, and then the bottom and the top, I'm going to do 20%. And that's going to give me a nice feel inside of the photo. So now we have our actual photo.
If you came for quiet church, if you came for dead church.
So that creates one more way to be more dynamic with your photos and your Instagram posts. So boom, we'll save that, export that, and add that to our post. So thank you guys so much for tuning into another episode of Church Media Talks, Church Media Hacks. So I hope this helped everybody. I hope that you really enjoyed this video. If you really enjoyed it, make sure you drop a like, do a thumbs up. They're the same thing. So do a like and a thumbs up. And then subscribe to the account. Turn the notification bell on so you get notified when we post new videos. And by we, I mean me. And then also leave a comment so I know if this helped you or if it did not help you. Don't press a dislike. I mean, I guess you can if you want to, but it hurt my feelings. So, maybe you shouldn't. But anyways, thank you guys so much for tuning in to another episode. I am Cornelius Hayes, and this is the Eyes of Corn. If you want to follow me on Instagram, like I said, it's Eyes of Corn on Instagram at EYESOFCORN. If you want to see some of the awesome content that we're doing with my church, our Instagram page is New Life BHM. That's NEWLIFEBHM. So thank you guys for tuning in to another video. I will see you next time. Whoosh. I was recording a YouTube video and I was screen recording on my phone and you interrupted it and it stopped. I looked down at my phone and it was like, screen recording canceled. So you're on video right now. Say hi. Say hi. Wave to the people. I'm definitely putting this in there. 100%.